Andretti didn't receive a positive response from Formula One despite establishing a partnership with a major car manufacturer. The adverse reactions that Andretti got came as a surprise to the FIA president. What did the FIA president say? And what are the chances of Andretti getting a spot on the F1 grid? Stay tuned to find out. As Formula One continues to enjoy its popularity boom, it's no surprise that outsiders want a piece of the pie. The Andretti team is the prospective outfit that has been the most vocal on their intention to join the grid, but they have been met with a lot of obstacles and a lot of resistance. Within Formula One, the concept of an independent Andretti Entery was met with a lukewarm response. Despite his impressive racing background and successful business ventures, many were hesitant to embrace Michael Andretti's plans to start his own Formula One team. While they acknowledged his personal accomplishments and those of his father Mario, and respected the Andretti Autosport brand, there was an unspoken concern that the F1 project could potentially be uncompetitive, financially unstable, or lack commitment if things didn't go well. Formula One CEO Stefano Domenicali was among those who downplayed the importance of an 11th team in Formula One, arguing that the sport is currently in a strong position. This sentiment has been echoed by several team principals who have expressed reservations about Michael Andretti's plans for a new team, citing concerns about profits and the potential disruption to the status quo. Toto Wolf is one of the team principals against the possible arrival of the Andretti F1 team. During the 2022 season, the Mercedes team principal made it known that Audi is welcome as a team because, according to Wolf, the German brand can contribute a lot of value to Formula One, but this isn't the case with Andretti. The Austrian said, "We have 10 franchises that we hope can increase the value, and you are certainly not going to increase the value by issuing new franchises to people who cannot increase the overall value of Formula One." Wolf continued, "I think whoever joins as an 11th team, whoever gets an entry, needs to demonstrate how accretive they can be for the business. Andretti is a great name. They have done exceptional things in the US, but this is sport, and this is business." Frederick Vasseur, who recently took over as the team boss at Ferrari, shared Wolf's concerns on Andretti's contribution as the 11th Formula One team. Vasseur stated, "I don't think added value can come from the nationality of a team. One of the biggest markets of F1 today is the Netherlands, and we don't have a Dutch team, we have a Dutch driver." You're enjoying this video, right? You definitely don't want to miss out on other amazing videos. So all you have to do is hit the subscription button. It's that easy. Thanks for doing that. Let's move on. Even after hearing all those negative comments about an 11th team joining the grid, at the turn of the new year, Ben Sulayem announced the opening of an expressions of interest process for potential new teams to join the grid. Michael Andretti, the American Andretti Autosport team owner, was swiftly motivated by this to announce his team's collaboration with General Motors through Cadillac. The partnership with Cadillac has imbued Andretti's bid with extra financial credibility and seems to fit F1's preference that any new entrant be a major manufacturer. During the announcement of the deal, Andretti said, "One of the big things was, what does Andretti bring to the party? Well, we're bringing one of the biggest manufacturers in the world with us now, with General Motors and Cadillac." The sport itself issued a lukewarm statement to the news of Andretti's planned proposal, insisting that Formula One itself must also agree to new entrants on the grid, as well as the FIA. Formula said in a statement, "There is great interest in the F1 project at this time, with a number of conversations continuing that are not as visible as others. We all want to ensure the championship remains credible and stable, and any new entrant request will be assessed on criteria to meet those objectives by all the relevant stakeholders. Any new entrant request requires the agreement of both F1 and the FIA." On the other hand, FIA President Ben Sulayem posted on social media in the aftermath of the announcement that the news was welcome from his point of view, with the FIA president looking at expanding the Formula One grid and taking it into growth markets such as the United States. He believes the arrival of a second American team in the form of Andretti Cadillac would help the series' growth. Despite the fact there is some skepticism surrounding the addition of an 11th team to the grid, the FIA president believes that the entry of Andretti and Cadillac is one that should be encouraged rather than pushed away. Ben Sulayem posted in a statement on social media, "It is surprising that there has been some adverse reaction to the Cadillac and Andretti news. The FIA has accepted the entries of a smaller, successful organizations in recent years. We should be encouraging prospective F1 entries from global manufacturers like GM and thoroughbred racers like Andretti and others. Interest from teams in growth markets adds diversity and broadens F1's appeal. However, now that Andretti has the backing of General Motors, the largest car maker in the United States, for its plan to enter Formula One, will this cause a shift in the general sentiment of the paddock? Over the course of the past few years, General Motors has made significant strides in advancing its racing ambitions. Although it has been a stalwart on the American racing scene through IndyCar and IMSA, the company's choice to enter its new LMDH Cadillac in the FIA World Endurance Championship indicates that it wants to reach even further. So the next logical step would be to compete in Formula One. Mark Royce, president of General Motors, stated that there were a variety of reasons why it had been very tough to consider a move into Formula One in the past. One of these reasons was the high cost of entry. During the presidency of Barack Obama, the United States federal government had to assist General Motors with a bailout in order to keep the company operating. But things are different now. Revenue reached a new high of $41.9 billion in the third quarter of 2022, indicating that the firm is in a strong position. Royce stated that the involvement of Michael Andretti was really crucial to GM's F1 ambitions, which helped advance talks to the point where the announcement could be made this past week. While the team may go by Andretti Cadillac Racing, it is vital to clarify that General Motors will not be producing the power unit in-house. Both Andretti and Royce were tight-lipped about the team's ambitions, but Andretti did imply that the team will first work with a partner as more of a collaboration. So while F1 could be set to get the Cadillac name, it wouldn't be getting a GM-built engine. It would be similar to the ways in which Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin currently race in F1. Alfa Romeo is a title sponsor essentially, with some technical crossover, while Aston Martin is a works team by virtue of shared ownership with the car manufacturer and still has a Mercedes engine. On the other hand, there were hints that things might be different in the future. Andretti will have unrestricted access to all of GM's racing facilities, as Royce made it clear that the partnership goes beyond the Cadillac livery. Royce said GM's vast engineering resource will bring proven success and valuable contributions to this partnership. This includes all the talent and capabilities of GM racing staff and facilities in Michigan, at the Warren Tech Center, and in North Carolina, as well as the expertise of our engineers and designers like combustion, battery technology, turbocharging, vehicle integration, the list goes on and on. Formula One wants to be that series that all of the world's largest automobile manufacturers are vying to be a part of. Ferrari, Mercedes, and Renault are there already, while Honda is trying to get fully back in the game after its soft exit at the end of 2021 that maintained its technical ties to Red Bull. In the year 2026, Audi will arrive. Porsche continues to pound on the door in an aggressive manner. The addition of GM, with all of its financial might and presence, particularly in the United States, would appear to be a positive thing for Formula One. There are still plenty of hurdles facing Andretti and Cadillac to make this happen, the most significant of which is receiving backing from Formula One and the 10 teams. Despite the enthusiasm that Ben Sulayem may have shown regarding the plans, the FIA cannot make this decision on its own. We are aware that McLaren and Alpine are on board with what Andretti wants to accomplish, as they are of the opinion that the addition of another team will increase Formula One's revenue to the point where it will make up for that 10% cut that everyone will have to take. Now, with GM on board, the other 8 teams may have a harder time when it comes to airing their concerns, but their support is still going to be essential in making this project happen. What's your thought about Andretti's move to establish his all-American F1 team? Would he eventually get a spot on the grid? Let me know in the comment section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video.